How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Kuf Yud, Daf 110 of Masechta Sanhedrin. Forever, it's funny because why is it funny? Yeah, because we're getting up to Daf Kuf Yud now. Wait, 1 second. Let me just make sure that Shabbos isn't coming. I checked when it starts, but I just want to double check. Yeah, 6:20. It's 5. Yeah, we should have plenty of time. Okay. Yeah, we just changed the clocks, so just kind of want to make sure I'm not being confused about anything. Yeah, now it's we're good. Anyways, yeah, we're up to top Kuf Yud of Masechta Sanhedrin out of Kuf Yud Gimel, which means we really only have 4 more, right? Kuf Yud Aleph, Kuf Yud Beis, Kuf Yud Gimel. 4 more dafs left. Normally, I would already been getting excited, since probably Daf Kuf already. That would be a big turning point. But I feel Chelek has just been so big that I didn't even realize how close we are. So we're today's Daf Kuf Yud. Out of Kuf Yud Gimel, we're really almost done with Sanhedrin. It finally hit me today. So anyways, yeah, we're going to continue with the Meraglim and Korach, and then we're going to get to the next Mishnah today, but we're not going to do the next Mishnah. All right, fine. Here we go. Where are we? We're going to start in Kuf Tes Amud Beis, about 20 or so lines from the bottom. Meraglim Elohim Chelek La'olam Haba. Yeah. So the spies who went to Eretz Yisrael and reported negatively about Eretz Yisrael have no portion in the world to come. Shenema vayamusu ha'anoshim motzei dibas ha'aretz ra b'magefa vayamusu ba'olam hazeh b'magefa la'olam haba. Adas korach ein lo'em chelek la'olam haba. The congregation of Korach has no portion in the world to come. Shenemar vatchas aleim ha'aretz ba'olam hazeh, that the land covered over them in this world. Vayorvdim mitoich hakol. That's Rabbi Akiva's opinion. Rabbi Eliezer Omer says, Rabbi Eliezer Aleim Omer HaKosov, that the pasuk says about them, that God kills and brings to life, brings to the abyss and back up, i.e., they did. They do have a portion to Olam. They do go to Olam Haba. Tana Rabbanan the Rabbi said, Adas Korach Elohim Chelek L'Olam Haba, Shenem Vatchas Aleim Arz Ba'Olam Hazeh Vayovdim Mitoch Hakol L'Olam Haba. Div Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseir Omer Arei Ein Ke'avedam Mizbakeshes. They're something that's lost, that is seeked. Shenem Ta'isik Se'ovid Bakish Avdecha Ki Mitzvesecha Lo Yishachachti. Okay, I'm like a lost sheep. Find me. Alright. Kilu, search for me. Vaikach Korach Omer Ishlakish Shalokach Mekach Rola Atzmo, that he took a bad taking for himself. Korach Shanasa Korcha B'Yisrael, that on account of his rebellion, a bald spot was made in Israel with all those people who died. Ben Yitzhar Ben Shirsiach Olav as Kol Olam Katzorayim, he excited the whole world and created a whole mess like the afternoon. All right, what happens in the afternoon? All right. Ben Kios Benche Hike Shine Molidov, he embarrassed the people who burned him. Ben Levi Ben Shanaisa Levia began. They made a whole escort of all of him and his people who died, all going to get him. Ben Yaakov. Okay, why stop at Levi? Why not mention that Levi was the son of Yaakov, of Jacob? Ben She'okav Atzma Gehenim, i.e., this guy who caved himself into Gehenim. Rav Shmuel bar Rav Yitzchak Yaakov bikesh rachmim al atzmo. Well, Yaakov prayed for himself that he shouldn't be associated with Korach. Shenever besoidim al tovei nafshi, bekalim al techad kvodi, besoidim al tovei nafshi, elu meraglim. That's the meraglim. Bekalim al techad kvodi, ze adas Korach. That Jacob prayed that he shouldn't be associated with the adas Korach. Dosan she over al das. So when it says and Dosan and Aviram and On ben Peles, so Dosan is that he went against the religion, the Das El of God. Aviram she'iber atzmo me'asis tshuva, that he blockaded himself, that he blocked himself from doing tshuva. Ve'on she'osha b'haninus On ben Peles, he regretted and he ended up not being part of the people that were killed. At the end of the day, said he kind of mourned on his decision. Peles Shanaisul Plos, that amazing things happened to him. Ben Ruven Ben Shira Vehaven that a son who owned Ben Peles Ben Reuven. Bnei Reuven. So it says that he saw, I guess, On Ben Peles saw, and he understood that he shouldn't do what they're doing. Amar Rab On Ben Peles Ishto Etzilasu, that On Ben Peles' wife saved him. Amar Lei, she said to him, I don't understand why you're getting so caught up with Korach. I don't understand. At the end of the day, you're a follower. Whether Moshe Rabbeinu is in charge and you're following Moshe Rabbeinu, whether Korach is in charge and you're following Korach, you're just a follower. So why get caught up in this tumult? Amar Lo, Ma'avid. So he said, okay, but what should I do? I was part of the whole tumult and I swore allegiance to the tumult. Ba'adai with them, Amr Lei, she says to me, she says, look, I know that the whole congregation, they're holy people. That the whole congregation, they're holy people. Amr Lei, she says, look, Tuv, do tshuva, I'm going to save you. She gave him wine to drink, he got fashnikit, and she had him go to sleep inside the tent. Osva al-Bava, she then sat at the entrance to her tent, and she uncovered her hair, and then called the Asa Chazia Hodar. And then as the people in the tumult came to go pick up On Ben Peles, they saw that his wife was sitting outside the tent with her hair uncovered, and they turned back. And then in the meantime, they got swallowed up, and while On Ben Peles was fashnikit, sleeping soundly in his tent. Itse the Korach, however, Korach's wife on the other end, fakert. Amrle, she says to him, Chazi mai kovid Moshe. Go look at what Moshe Rabbeinu is doing. Iu hava malka, he's the king. Lachva shavi kahana, Rabba, his brother, is the Kohen Gadol. Livnei achoi, Aaron's sons, Shavinu skane tegane, they come, they're the deputies of the Kuna. The Asya Truma, Amr Tehava Lekoyen, and whenever there's Truma, Moshe says it goes to the Kahanim, his brother. He also Meiser Dishaklisu Atun, and whenever there's Meiser that you, Korach, because Korach was the son of Levi, right? So he was a Levi, so the Meiser goes to Levim, but Amr Havuchad Miyud Lekoyen, but he says it's still, but take 10% of it and give it to the Kahanim also. Ve'od the guys le Mazaichu, Umitalchu Kikufta, Enu Yob Mazaichu. Also, the Torah talks about that when the Leviim sort of were established in their positions. And so one of the things that they had to do is they had to shave all their hair. And she says, and why did he take all your hair? Because he likes your hair. That's why he took his hair. It wasn't from Hashem. It was from Moshe because he wants your hair. Oh my Allah. So Korach says to her, Ha'yu nami ka avid. So Korach says to her, yeah, but he also shaved his own hair. So Amrullah, she says, yeah, okay, of course he did. So what? Came the Chulu Revusa Dide. It's all part of yeah, you're fine. All of it is sort of playing into his whole game, his whole thing, where he's the one in charge, and he's saying, everybody shave your hair. So, okay, you nami, Thomas Nafshi and Plishtim. Just like Shimshin later on says in Shoftim, that, okay, I'm willing to die along with the Plishtim, just give me back my strength. So here also, Moshe says, fine, I'll also shave my hair, but it's all in the service of him being king. And another thing, she says, Moshe Rabbeinu says, make tcheles and put one string of tcheles on your garment for tzitzis. If tcheles is such a big thing, is so chashuv as a mitzvah, why don't you take entire garments of tchelis? Why just one string? Just make entire garments of tchelis and give it to all the people in the Beis HaMedrash. When the pasuk says that wise women build their homes, that's the wife of On Ben Peles. And the ones who are crooked, they destroy homes. So that is the wife of Korach. And they came before Moses and people from Israel, 250 that they were all the most special of the people in the congregation. They knew how to leap years and establish months. These people were world-renowned people. These were important people. Moshe heard and he fell on his face. What did he hear? He heard and he fell on his face because he heard that he was being suspected, he was being accused of having affairs with people's wives. Every husband warned their wives, don't be secluded with Moshe like a sota. And that's what the pasuk says, that Moshe then took his tent and he put it outside the camp to make a point that there's nobody that's going to be coming into my tent. I'm moving it away. Vayakom Moshe, nobody should suspect me anymore. Moshe, who was in charge, he went over to Dasan Favirim in order to sort this out. Right? So it teaches that so Rish Lakish says it teaches that that we don't stay in machlokes. If there's machlokes, you work to resolve it, even if that means getting off your high horse, even if that means Moshe going to Dasan Vavirim. That's what you do. The Rav says anybody who I don't know what the word is. Anybody who keeps going. There's like a word I'm thinking of. But anybody who keeps going a machlokas, so then he violates a lav. Shenemar persists. A machlokas is a violation of a lav. Shenemar floyeh kikorach v'chadaso, and that that you shouldn't be like korach v'chadaso. Rav Ashi Amar roy litztareah. Right, Rav Ashi says if you machzik b'machlokes, then you'll get tzaras ksivacha biyad Moshe lo uchsavos vayomer Hashem lo od havino yodcha b'cheikecha. So the biyad Moshe, it says here by Korach biyad Moshe lo, and also it says about Moshe's hand by the burning bush that he got tzaras. Amar Reb Yosi kol acholik al malchus beis David roy lachisho nachosh. Says Reb Yossi, anybody who argues on the kingdom of David should be bitten by a snake. Says by Adonio, who tried to claim the kingship. So it says the Even Azocheles, so it's like snakes. Amar of Chizah says, anybody who argues with his Rebbe, it's like you're arguing with the Rabbani Shalom. Al Hashem. Okay, that right. Korach argued with Moshe, and it was Batzosim al Hashem. Anybody who fights with his Rebbe, Kosem Shchina, it's like he fights with the Eibush Shnemer. Mei Meriva Asheravu Bnei Yisrael Es Hashem. By the Mei Meriva, it says Es Hashem. Rabbi Chanina bar Papa called Misraim al Rabbo. Ki'ilu Misraim al Shechina. Anybody who complains against his Rebbe, it's like he's complaining against the Shechina. Shenemar lo aleinu tununosechem ki al Hashem. That your complaints are against Hashem. Amar babo kol mahara achar Rabbo. Ki mahara achar Shechina. What was this talking about? Okay. Anybody who thinks after, who doubts their teacher. It's like that's Hashem Shem Vaydaber Belokim Uve Moshe, that they spoke with God and with Moshe. That's by the by these complaints. Okay, fine. Osha Shamur Levailav there also. Wealth is secured for its owners for bad. Hamishlag is the Osha Shel Korach. This is the wealth of Korach. There's Kol Yikum Asher B'Ragleim Amr B'Lazu Zemamono Shel Adam. That all of their yikum was also destroyed. So that's a person's money. Shemamidu araglav. That yikum is money because it stands a person on his feet. V'amar Reb Levi, Majve Masui Gimel Meus Prados Levanos. Just the keys of the treasuries of Korach were 300 white mules. V'chulu aklidei v'kilfei the gilda, and all of the locks and the things that all the keys and the locks were of leather, meaning they weren't particularly heavy, and still it was a load of 300 mules to carry. It was a lot of wealth, and it all got destroyed. That Joseph hid 3 treasures in Mitzrayim, in Egypt. Achas niskasel Korach found one of them. One was revealed to Korach. V'achas niskasel Atoninus ben Asuyarus. One was revealed to Antoninus, who we're going to learn about in Masechta Avodah Zarah, who was a friend of a contemporary of a colleague of Rebbe. And one is hidden away and preserved for the righteous in the future. From Rabbi Yochanan, says Rabbi Yochanan, Korach loy min habluim velo min hasrufim. Korach was not swallowed, nor was he burnt. Lo min habluim, he was not swallowed. Chsiv es kol ha'odam asher le Korach, and it says all the people that were with Korach, velo Korach, but not Korach himself. Velo min hasrufim, right? They were swallowed up. Velo min hasrufim, he wasn't burned. Chsiv be'chol ha'esh es chamishu v'masayim ish. Velo Korach, that when the fire consumed the 250 men, but not Korach. Masisa tana Korach min hasrufim u'min habluim. It was trying to Bryce that Korach is from the ones who got burnt and from the ones who got swallowed. Min habluim, from the ones who got swallowed. Dichsiv ativla osam bes Korach, that it swallowed up them and Korach. That says in another pasuk. Min hasrufim dichsiv ve'eish yotza me'eis Hashem patocha es chamishim v'mosayim v'Korach badayim. It says that a fire came and swallowed up and consumed the 250 people, and Korach was, I guess, considered with them as well, according to this view. Amrav Amadichsiv Shemesh Yoreach Omad Zvula Laor Chitzecha Yalechum Lamich Alu Shemesh Yoreach Lizvul, that the sun and the moon went up to the heaven of Zvul. Amru Lefanov, they said before God, Ribono Shel Olam, Imata Oisedin Leben Amram, if you do justice for Moshe Rabbeinu and publicly go against Korach, Neitze, we will go out and provide light to the world. Vimla, but if not, Lo Neitze, we're not going out. Until God shot arrows at them. You haven't come to protest against my honor. Why are you only protesting against the honor of Basar Vadam? Right, as we said the other day, that when the kings of East and West every morning put on their crowns and bow down to the sun and the moon, God gets upset, and the sun and the moon don't protest to that, and yet they're only protesting when there's problems with Moshe Rabbeinu. Nowadays, the sun and the moon only go out after they protest those who are worshipping the sun and the moon. Moshe says before Hashem, if Gehenna has already been created, great, send Korach and his people there. If not, then Hashem should create Gehenna. If it means like to literally create Gehenna for this purpose, but I thought there's no new stuff under the sun. No, it means to bring close the entrance of Gehenna. And the sons of Korach did not die, did not perish. Rabbeinu Amru, they said the name of Rabbeinu, which is probably Rav. Nizbatzer loim Gehenna v'yashvu olav v'amu shira. That Gehenna, what does Nizbatzer mean? Let me look it up quick. Nizbatzer. What do you mean, Nizbatzer? It means a place was set up high. Okay. In Gehenna, and they sat there. Okay. Vamushira, and they sang a song. Says Rabbi Abachana, this is a Gemara from Bava Basra, by all of those crazy stories of very interesting, unique stories of Rabbi Abachana. Says, one time I was traveling, and a certain Arab told me, come and I will show you the people of Korach that was swallowed up. The Arab then went and identified two cracks in the ground, and there was smoke coming out of these cracks. So that he took some wool and he soaked it in water and put it at the top of his spear and put the spear over the crack, and it got singed, it got charred. And then he says, Amarli, so he says to me, to Rabbi Bachana, go listen, what do you hear? Vishamis, and I heard Tavu Ka'amri Hochi, I heard that they were saying the following: Moshe v'Saraso Emes, Moses and his Torah. Excuse me, one sec. Excuse me, a little babble sneeze. I'm getting like a little bit more under the weather. I really hope that it's not going to become like a full-fledged under the weather thing, but looks like it might. Anyways, so I heard that they were saying, Hachi Moshe v'Saraso emes, that Moses and his Torah are true, v'hein badoim, and they are false. Omar lei kol tlasin yomin mehadra lehu gehenim. Excuse me. Oh man. So Amarli. So then the Arab told me, kol tlasin yomin. Every 30 days, mahadra lehu gehenim kibosu b'such kalachas. The gehenim turns them over like meat in a pot. Ve'amrei achi Moshe v'Saraso emes ve'im badoim, and they repeat this statement that Moses and his Torah are true and they are false. Dora Midbar in Loim Chelik Loim Haba, the generation of the desert have no portion in the world to come. Dora Midbar in Loim Chelik Loim Haba Shenemar, but Midbar Zeh Yitamu V'Sham Yamusu Yitamu Ba'olam Hazeh V'Sham Yamusu Ba'olam Haba V'Omer Asher Nishbaiti Ba'api Mvona Menuchasi. Right, the pasuk says in Kabbalah Shabbos that I swore in my anger that they will not come to Eretz Yisrael. Well, that they will not come to my rest, and I guess that's a reference to Olam Haba here. Divrei Rabbi Akiva, Rabbi Eliezer Omer, Boyin Hein LaOlam Haba. It says Rabbi Eliezer they do come to Olam Haba. Shneimar Isfu li Asfu. What's the pasuk? Isfu li Chasidai Korsei Brisi Alei Zovach. Gather for me my Chasidim who have made a covenant on the Zevach, and that's a reference to the Torah Midbar. Well, then if they're going to Olam Haba, why does it say Asher Nishbaiti Ba'api? Ba'api Nishbaiti, yeah, I swore, but I changed my mind. Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha Omer, Lo Nemar Pasuk Zeh, so Rabbi Yeshua ben Korcha, that according to the opinion that they don't go into Olam Haba, so the pasuk of Rabbi Eliezer's pasuk of Isfuli Chasidei Korsabrisi Alei Zovach Ele Keneged Doros Haboim, that's a reference to the future generations. Isfuli Chasidai Elu Tzadikim Shebchodor Vador, these are the righteous in every generation. Korsei Brisi Elu Chanani Mishol Ba'azarish Moso Hatzman Al Soch Kivshan Ha'esh. It's a reference to Chanani Mishol and Azariah, which of course was my Purim costume, that they delivered themselves to the fiery furnace. Alei Zovach Elu Rabbi Akiva v'Chavero, that's Rabbi Akiva and his contemporaries. Shemosu Atzman L'Shchita, the Torah, that they, with Asari Rugei Malchus, they gave themselves over to the slaughter because of in order to learn Torah and to teach Torah and to the words of Torah. Rabbi Shimon ben Manasseh Omer Boim Hein LaOlam Haba, says Rabbi Shimon ben Manasseh that the Dor Midbar does come to Olam Haba. Shenemar Fdui Hashem Yeshuvun V'Otzion Pirina, that those redeemed of Hashem will return and come to Zion, Perina. Omar, Rabbi Babachana, Omar Rabbi Yochanan, Shavkar Rabbi Akiva l'Chasiduse. It says Rabbi Babachana, Rabbi Yochanan, that Rabbi Akiva left behind his one second. Yeah, they left behind. Rabbi Akiva left behind his general sort of how do I say Chasidus? Like his general kindness, I guess. What does it say over here? It's generosity, right? Usually Rabbi Akiva, I guess, is generous, and over here he's saying that they don't go. The Olam Haba isn't going to Olam Haba. Well, you could have said, right? Because after all, you could have said, "Shneimar haloch v'koras b'ozni Yerushalayim leim zachartu lo chesed nurayich." I remember the kindness when you were young. Avas kul saich lechtich acharei b'midbar beretz lo zerua. You followed me in to the desert. Umeis acherim, umeis acherim. I'm sorry. Uma acherim by bizchusam. If the other people, in their merit, that they went to the Midbar, Beretz Lo Zerua, on their merit, we're here in Eretz Yisrael, others come to Eretz Yisrael on their merit, they themselves don't get to go, right, to Eretz Yisrael, to Olam Haba. So says Rabbi Yochanan, I don't understand why Rabbi Akiva doesn't take that mahalach and say that they do go to Olam Haba. Okay, I'm going to stop here. We're going to start from this Mishnah tomorrow, and then, we're already kind of starting to wrap things up. Like I can do this, start from the Mishnah tomorrow, because like Kuf Yud Gimel already, the last daf already, there isn't much on the Amud Beis. So basically the way we're going to divide up the dafs the next few days are going to be a little bit different, I think. But anyways, whatever. We'll figure that stuff out. But anyways, all right, peace out.